one and all.
Good morning.
Nice
Good
to see
morning.
some new faces. You've met my co-host, Dibby,
Yeah.
Yes.
graduate from the school. So, Dibby, all your colleagues have come out to greet you, to welcome you on this auspicious start to your. I was going to say your webinar journey, but you've been doing it for a couple of years.
Thank you, Alan, and welcome. Welcome all.
So good. So what do you want to talk about? What should we do? Why are you all here?
Give me a big kick up the backside to finish off writing all the answers and send them in.
Do you have any questions on the key concepts course? Okay, so this is our 2024 Wood Dragon webinar, looking ahead for the year to come. So 2024 Wood Dragon year. So what an interesting year it's going to be. And we not only have the start of a new year on February the 4th, and we had a full moon a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
You may have noticed the strength of that. Really particularly strong. It's the transition. The next new moon is going to be on the Chinese New Year, which is on the 10th of February.
Yep.
So you might be confused about two different New Years that's going on. The Chinese New Year is based on the new moon. It's a bit like the Easter festival. So it fluctuates between the 19th of January and the 19th of February, whereas our solar year begins mostly on the 4th of February every year. Every 20 years, we have an alignment between the two largest planets in the solar system, which shape society. So Jupiter and Saturn in alignment pulls all the chi and refines society, if you like. So we're just in the process of moving from a period of isolation, which obviously over the last few years has really come to the fore. But if you think that this current period that we're in started in 2004.
Yeah.
And since then, we're starting to get into this period of just individualism, which is okay, but we lose the whole unity.
So sorry, do you say that is that characteristic of the whole 8th Yun 20-year period? You say
yes, yeah.
Because it's the 8th star, yeah.
Exactly. So the 8th star, the what's called Gen, the trigram, because that's the star, is actually the trigram. So if we did this in China, in Chinese, we wouldn't have any numbers. Well, we would now, but traditionally we wouldn't. We'd have the trigrams.
Yeah.
So it refers to the Gen trigram, which is an ancient legacy left to us about how to live in harmony with nature. So fantastic. So that Gen trigram represents the mountain. It's a bit like Plato's cave. Yeah, so we've been in a cave. We've been somewhat cave-like.
You'll like it.
We've been sitting there staring at an image, and that's our reality. Well, in fact, it's time to wake up.
Yeah.
It's time to see what nature is like, what life is like, what we should really be doing. This period we're coming to, so there's the Gen trigram there, which you can turn it on the side, it'd be a bit more accurate. If you rotate it, you get like prison bars, okay, which you can think of what that was like. It was the age of the hand, so everything became handheld. We're tuned into our mobiles, everything in a hand. We've got things that go on our hand, like wrists, smart watches, all that kind of thing, constantly monitoring our health and whatever else. So that's that's where we came there with that one. The next one, what we're coming to in 2024, is known as enlightenment. It's the light, it's the sun shining through the cracks in the mountain, so we can see reality, that actually that's not our reality. We can move on from this. We can realize actually, life is so much better than this. And it's about this whole community aspect. So from the isolation, everything goes from one opposite to the other. So all the civilizations that we've had throughout history have gone from extremes. from nothing to overexpansion, and then they're broken and changed, transformed.
Mm.
And this is what we've got now. So we've got the age of the community coming forwards. That's a really great time. A lot of people, loneliness has been a terrible thing over the last 20 years, coming from the isolation. Some people, we're not meant to live that way.
No.
Even when we lived in caves as prehistoric times, we still had a community that we lived together with. No, we're not meant to live in isolation. So this is a wonderful time for coming together. This represents the eyes. This trigram here represents the eyes. So looking, seeing, using our eyes represents the light. It's called illumination, as I mentioned in the Bagua. The yang line represents potential. And the yin line represents receiving, manifesting. So we've got twice as much inspiration as we had in the previous one. The top line represents heaven. So that's the light coming from the stars, the energy, the electricity in the electromagnetic spectrum. This represents nature. So this is magnetism. This is what we use in the Bagua. And then sandwiched between them is us. Yeah. So both heaven and earth, heaven and nature, are giving to us. It's an incredible time. Represents, as I mentioned, the height of nature. Represents the summer solstice. That height, which is fantastic. This is the year of the dragon. And as you can see, the dragon is over here. It is a wood dragon. Yang woods that we have this year can be kindness, charity, but it can also be anger. So we want the kindness side to manifest, not the anger side to manifest. The yang wood, the relationship between the yang wood and the dragon has the earth element. So what we have is contraction, restriction. We have this transition phase as we move from being inside the mountain to coming outside, seeing the sun for the first time, nature, reality. It's going to be a transition this year, and it's brilliant that we've got yang wood, because yang wood represents the pioneer, start of something new. So that tells us that this change is going to be incredible.
Very powerful.
Very powerful. Yeah.
Mm.
And so we've got that's the earth side. If you've I don't know if you know much about your 4 pillars, you can go to the Feng Shui Institute. Dibby, can you get the software up for the institute and put it in the chat, please? The link.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So if you don't have your if you don't know your 4 pillars, then go to the institute and get a free 4 pillar channel. So yang wood is opposite yang metal. So it causes a clash for yang metal people. And the clash, you'll be glad to know, some of you, represents having an abundance of wealth and just spreading it around like it's going out of fashion. So overspending.
Sorry, by yang metal people, are you talking about their day stem?
Day stem, yeah.
Day stem.
Yeah. So the books only cover the year because, and you've seen the size of Chinese astrology books. They don't tell you that you've actually got 4 animals.
Yeah. 4
animal signs. So they only use the year because that's the simplest part. But the year is really just your childhood, the first 15 years of your life.
That's
you
right.
then move on to your month, to your day, which is the most important part.
Yeah.
So yeah, your day stem.
Mm.
But wherever you've got your, wherever you've got yang metal in your chart, it will change. There is a clash there. So, for instance, if you've got one in the month represents your family life and your business life, your career, your vocation. If that changes, that means you either go big or go home. Okay, so in terms of going big, you're going to have lots of opportunities to rise to that expansion. So you should think about doing that. And you may be stressed because that's what clashes can do. But once you realize the overall picture is actually good for you, so philosophically, all change is good. It means we evolve. A clash with your day stem means that a lot of fear and doubts that you've had previously come up to be dispelled. So that's a very positive thing to happen. So a lot of the internet splashes this fear around that, oh, you know, it's a terrible year for you. You may not even make it to next year. Where's that money you owe me? I'm not going to wait until you said you were going to give it, but I need it now. You may not last. So don't be drawn into the fear. There's just so much of it around. But, you know, the light is going to show that. The light of 2024 is going to show that it's just hot air. Don't get drawn into it.
Switch the telly off.
Exactly. Yeah. Do something else. Realize that your TV, your life. Well, so that life existed around the box because that's what we had with period 8.
Yeah.
Earth shape, a box. We did evolve that. It became from a box to a wide screen.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it started to come into the metal factor, which we had since 2020. So we got a 12-year metal cycle that's going on where we curved it. So now we've got screens that curve, we've got phones that curve, fold, everything else. Yeah, but it's all about inside here, not outside there.
Yeah.
Remember, this is the height of nature. So we're always going to be reminded that, you know, we're not alone. Nature is a wonderful thing. Go out and get some sunlight.
Yeah, so what probably important and understand that it is also the young wood dragon. And what does that mean, basically? So we need to, so in order to understand that, we need to go back to our solar system, basically. So what happens in the solar system, the sun, everything is rotating, all the celestial bodies. So our planets are rotating, sun rotating, right? And the Jupiter, which is the biggest planet in our solar system, has the most influence on Earth's energy. So as you know, so Earth is rotating around the sun, so does Jupiter. And sun also rotating around the axis, right? Now, while everyone is rotating, the relative position between Jupiter and Earth is also changing annually. So now, if we map that, the relative position of Jupiter with respect to Earth, then in 2024, from 4th February onward, the position of Jupiter with respect to Earth will be aligned to where Dragon zodiac sign is located. And that's why what will happen? The Jupiter will actually pull all the energy, which is the Sheng Qi, the most vibrant Qi, will be pulled by Jupiter from the planet Earth in the direction of Jupiter. And that is actually coinciding with the direction of Dragon zodiac sign. And that's why we call, so what we'll see in this year, Dragon zodiac sign will be one of the high energy point. So all the Sheng Qi will be pulled in that direction. But at the same time, as we know, the law of energy in the universe, the total energy is constant. So if the energy is pulled in one direction, that means the opposite direction will have low energy because the total energy is constant. So who will suffer in that case? So the person, the zodiac sign, who is directly opposite to Dragon zodiac sign.
We don't call it suffering, Divi. It's not suffering.
It's it's with a low energy point. Okay. So that
it's
has
evolving.
Evolving, yeah, correct. So yeah, so if we see here, so Dragon is opposite to the Dog zodiac sign. So in terms of Feng Shui, then we call it as a direct clash. So one of the relationships in Bird's Eye astrology. So Dog is direct clash with Dragon. So Dragon will be one of the high energy points and Dog will be one of the low energy points. But that will bring some opportunity for the Dog zodiac sign for change. So as Alan said, any clash means opportunity for change. And this is completely up to us how we are aligned to this transformation or transition. So if one of us has Dog zodiac sign in one of our pillars, as Alan was explaining, depending on which pillar Dog zodiac sign is located, so we have tremendous opportunity to bring change.
Okay, so what you also need to know is that the dragon is part of a group. it consists of the water trine, triple combination, which involves the monkey. So if it's a good year for the dragon, it's a good year for the monkey. The monkey has a lot of support. So you can be born in the year of the monkey, you can be born in the month of the young monkey, the day or the hour of the monkey. And that affects different parts of your life, but that's where you'll get support from. The peak of it is the rat. So those born in December, like a few here. Funny enough, we just finished. Divi's just graduated from a 2-year master's course, but and did extremely well. And some of you know that, and we're there too. But the amount of people that we had born in December was extraordinary. So yeah, good. So it's good for Divi and other people born in December. Those born on the day of the rat, you'll know if you're a rat because you tend to collect things. So if you collect things, you don't know why you collect them. You're probably born on the day or the hour of the rat. The hour of the rat is easy to work out. That's between 11 and 1 a.m. But you need to take an hour off for daylight saving. Okay, and then finally you've got the dragon, which this is storage of water. So a lot of water inside there. Consequently, in terms of society, it represents money maybe being restricted in some way. It's the tomb. So just something to be aware of. So how we keep money will change. That's on the cards for transformation this year. The dragon represents earth energy. Earth is agriculture, it's food, it's people, it's homes, it's Feng Shui. So Feng Shui is going to be incredibly popular this year and throughout this 20-year period that we're coming to. So even more so, it's going to reach its peak. Opposite the dragon, as Divi said, is the dog. The dog is part of the fire trine. So the dog undergoes change this year, evolves, but there's a protective influence looking after the dog because the trigram that we're in, the sun trigram, Li, in terms of Na Jia, Na means hidden and Jia is the stem. Jia is actually the stem of this year, but inside there is the dog. And the horse and the tiger. So they're all the ones that clash this year, but they'll have like a guardian angel looking after them because of the lead trigram overseeing everything. So it's going to be an interesting year. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a lucky year for the ones that were said to be clashed. So not only are they evolving, but they're going to create opportunities. They're going to bring opportunities towards them, which is great. So dog is born in October, unless you've got the year of the dog. Do you know any dogs here? Sylvia, yeah, of course, you were born on the day of the dog.
I was born on
I was.
the
Oh, sorry.
month of the dog.
The
Month of the dog.
Okay. And Emma, you were born there too?
No, I'm horse and tiger, monkey.
Okay, well, so the horse and tiger is in that fire trine, which has the guardian angels looking after them, or this higher level of being, if you like.
Yeah, it's my day, month, year branches.
Okay, right. So it's going to be splashed all over the internet. If you're a dog, do you owe me any money? Pay me before tomorrow. Okay, because it's precarious for this year. It's not. Okay, it's an opportunity to really take a giant leap forward. So unlike a lot of clashes, they don't have this fortune to be looked after by the higher levels of being. So that's a good thing. So that's called Na Jia, which we use for the advanced portents. It's an important part, important technique in Feng Shui. Dibi, would you like to add anything?
We can also say that the peak zodiac is basically there is a combination. No, so sorry, Rooster. So Rooster zodiac is in combination with Dragon.
Yes.
So which means that if you have Rooster in your chart last year, so let us say this year, it's not ended yet. So 2023. So as we know, so that was a year of rabbit. And if we apply the same logic, so then it was direct clash with grandeur, the rabbit. So then this will be a very interesting period for Rooster zodiac sign, because this year, which is 2023, you probably had some transformation in some area of life, and that will immediately come to very, very fruition, because now 2024, you will have Dragon year, and Dragon and Rooster, they are like a best friends, best of buddies, right? So one help each other. So their frequency help each other. So whatever, so if we now connect the two dots, whatever change you have introduced in 2023, that will go up. It will come to fruition. So that's probably another observation we can.
Interestingly, just adding to that, the current trigram that we're in is Gen, which is the mountain trigram, which you've seen the diagram of, the symbol. In terms of Nigeria, that only has one thing inside it. So it's pretty selfish. It's not community orientated. So the poor rooster last year really had a hard time. So if you've got a rooster in your chart, whatever happened to you last year, really, as Divi said, it's going to manifest this year. The good things of what you learned last year. So that is a very good thing to have. And if you're said to be clashed, you're covered. So that's a good thing. Good. Any questions?
Just very, very basic, and you probably covered it, but you've got the stem of the year as being wood, and you've got the branch energy as earth. Is that sort of, do you look at sort of like the branch earth element it's like just in a co-cycle arrangement, or would you say reverse?
No, yeah, absolutely we do. Yeah, which is why I said it's restrictions.
So it's the stem, you're looking at the stem to the branch.
Yes.
Direction.
Yeah, so it's what we call a pillar.
Yes.
Yeah. So
but
you make.
I can never work out whether you look at the relationship of the branch to the stem or the stem to the branch in terms of whether it's sort of like reverse Sheng or.
All right. So the stem is the initiating energy.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you now.
And the branch is the responsive energy.
Yes. So makes sense.
So it's the light and it's the magnetism.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay? So how does that magnetism receive the light?
Yeah.
So that's how it is. So yes, it is. There is restriction there.
Yeah.
But, and here's another interesting point, to balance that curse cycle, we need fire. And where are we going to get fire from?
You got it in the
from the period 9.
Fire from the next 20 years from. Yeah. Exactly, Divi. So we're covered. So there will be talk about restrictions, but in essence, it's not going to happen. There's going to be a higher reality that says you can't do this.
Which is kind of how I'm trying to live my life at the moment, of just ignore the fear and just embrace the light. And,
you must. But it's going to become much easier now.
Oh, thank you.
No, it's not me.
No, but thank you for telling me.
But you may have noticed the transition since the new moon, the full moon that we just had a couple of days ago. Some people really had a hard time now.
Can you not feel it? Like from Christmas, I could feel it sort of like ebbing in, like there's a testing and disappearing and coming back. And
Sure. See, in ancient times, we had 13 months of the year. But in current times, since the Gregorian, we have 12 months now.
Yeah.
But so in ancient times, 13 months. And really, the year starts to come in. So this wood dragon started to come in from the winter solstice, which was December 21st.
Yeah.
So those of you that are aware of things that's going on around, sensitive, you may have noticed that change coming in there. Yeah. It was amplified with the full moon that we had a few days ago.
Yeah.
So, and then of course it's going to be unveiled on the 4th of February. So that is a good time. It's the best time. It's not only the best time, it's the height of what we can be. The height of humanity. It's love, kindness, joy, all associated with the wood and the fire. So it's going to be good being you over the next 20 years. Enjoy every moment of it.